Hi guys, and welcome to today's video. This is going to be a follow-up video for one that I did 2 weeks ago. Basically, I did a one brand, one kind of product haul. And what I did was I went and got 6 NYX lip products, which is a little difficult to say. It's actually not fair. I got 4 NYX lip products from the store to supplement 2 NYX lip products that I had received in subscription boxes. So in that last video, which I will link somewhere up above, but also down below, I did swatches of them. It was sort of a, let's see what the colors look like and the consistency, that kind of thing. And what I've been doing is testing them out over the last 2 weeks, actually more like 3 weeks because I pre-filmed that video. And I am now back to give you my ranking. I am going to go from number 6, my least favorite, up to number 1, my most favorite, give you a few reasons why they are sitting where they are in the list, and then you can perhaps take this information and use it in making your own purchasing decisions through NYX. So without further ado, let's get to the number 6 product. So the bottom one on the list is one that I waffled a little bit about, and I will tell you why, but first I will tell you what the product is. It is the NYX Whipped Cheek and Lip Color. Is that right? Lip and cheek color. So this is one of the ones that I received in my subscription box, and I will tell you this, I actually like this as a cream blush. I think it works really well that way. I think it's a beautiful color. I think it's blendable. This is so bad to do. I'm gonna put some on right now, but I'm doing it in the viewfinder of the camera, so if things go horribly wrong, that's what I'm blaming it on, is not having a proper mirror. So you can see I put this on. It really blends very nicely. It gives a nice flush. I mean, it has this very sweet smell to it, which I prefer something as unscented, but then I guess I prefer a sweet scent over chemical. So on the cheeks, this is a great product. If you are a person who likes cream blush products, I would go ahead and try some of these. My problem comes in using this as a lip product. And what I am trying to do in these videos is not rate the color, because I am trying one color of each kind. So you know, if this came in like a nude, I might like it a little bit more, but I'm trying to talk about the formula. So first of all, there is this big, oddly shaped doe foot, which works well for tapping it on your cheeks, but when I try to go and put it on my lips, it doesn't give me the exactness that I want. And that I could work with, but the other problem comes when I put this on my lips. So first of all, it's not super pigmented, but it just feels like it's going to move around a lot. It's got that slick kind of feeling where you can't wipe it all over your lips, because if you did, it would just go everywhere. This really wants to spread in the same way that it does in your cheeks, which makes it a good cheek product. When you put it on your lips, I kind of have to use a little bit in the center of my lips, and then, as you saw, spread it out a little bit, because if I went in with this as a thick layer, it would just, I'd look like a clown, because it would just smear all over the place. That's my experience with it, is I just don't like it as the consistency and the method of application. And then you get sort of a sheer color, but you can't really build it up, because if you put too much on, it's gonna move around a lot. So for all of those reasons, I would say, hey, if I was judging this as a cream cheek product, it would be up there. Judging it as a lip product, this is unfortunately at the bottom of my list. And there were a few of these that I was going back and forth on, and my ultimate decision at the end of the day is, would I reach for this over one of the other ones? And this is probably the one I would reach for the least. In our number 5 spot is the next one that I received from a subscription box, and that is this butter lipstick. Now, what I'm really trying to do here again is not think about the color quite as much, but here's the thing about this, and I've heard some people in the comments say they really love these. If this is a lipstick and it's a darker or more impactful color like this is, I want it to be pigmented, because I just don't want my lip color to show through if it's a bold color. So let me do one coat of this and show you what it looks like. So it's not bad, but it's not quite that color. For me anyway, I find I need to build it up a little bit, and it's just not anything special as a lipstick. You know, if I want something that is, like, this is very moisturizing, very hydrating, it is buttery in that way, but if I want something that is not a super high impact color in a lipstick, I would go for more of a gloss kind of formula. So I'm not saying that this is bad, it is fine, and part of the issue is that I just don't love this color on me, so I'm not reaching for it a lot, but I just think that I have some nicely moisturizing, high impact, more pigmented colors that I reach for. But this is one of the ones where I'd be interested in trying it in different shades, like more nude shades, because I think I might like it a little bit better in those shades than in the high impact colors. In the number 4 spot is one that I had high hopes for, but there were just enough issues that it didn't move up any higher in this list, and that is the Epic Ink Lip Dye. There are some things that I really like about this. It is long lasting, it stains the lips, it does not feel sticky, it does not feel drying, it does none of that. So I was really hoping, I'm not a person who loves matte liquid lipsticks that dry down and everything else, and then you're worried about like eating and drinking and it crumbles and looks weird and everything else. And I thought, perfect, this is going to dye my lips, it's not going to have any of those problems with it, and in some ways it did that. So let me tell you what my issue is with this, and there are 2 issues. The first is that eating and drinking all of that, it still does that thing that I don't love, where you end up with a ring of color around the outside of your lips and then everything in the middle is wiped away. So it doesn't look super pretty in the way that it fades when you're eating and drinking. But at the same time, this is much better and easier to layer back up because you don't have any of those issues with like cracking and flaking and balling and pilling up, all that kind of thing. So I can forgive it for that. My problem with this is how difficult it is to apply. So I want to describe this if any of you have ever painted with watercolors. So imagine liquid lipsticks, matte liquid lipsticks, as being like painting with oil or acrylic. If you want to have a smooth, consistent color, it's easy to do. You can do that. When you paint with watercolor, it's very hard to get a smooth, consistent color because every time you move, it sort of pulls color away from one area and deposits more of it in another area. That's how you can sort of see like watercolor, everything sort of moves and spreads around. That's what this does. It's incredibly hard to get a consistent coat because every time you swipe the wand across, it picks up color and deposits it where you take the wand off. I'm going to try to show this to you, try to do this on my lips and show you what it looks like if I don't spend a really long time trying to fix it. So I'm gonna zoom you in so you can see this, and it didn't even do it as badly this time as some other times. Ooh. So it's not that opaque at the bottom, but then there's a chunk here where it's darker because it kind of picked up there and deposited there. It looks patchy. So you can build this up, you can do multiple coats on top of it to sort of build up the color and try to get it all to be one solid color that doesn't look patchy, but it takes a lot of work to do that, which I'm disappointed about. What I would say that this would be excellent for is putting under a gloss or a base of another lipstick that doesn't last very long, something like this, so that this underneath stains the lips, gives it some color, and then you put something else on top, so when that starts to fade, this color is still there to give you some impact. I don't think it's a bad product. I think it has a few drawbacks that made it not my favorite because I kind of expected it to be one of my absolute favorites in the group. So that left a bit of a stain on my lips, as it said it would. So now we are getting into the top 3 products, which are ones that I really quite enjoy. In the number 3 spot is the Cosmic Metals Metallic Lip product. I had never used a metallic product before, and I wasn't too sure about this color because it wasn't necessarily my first choice, but there weren't a whole lot of these left at the store, so this is the one that I ended up getting. And I really like it, and I'll tell you a few reasons why, and then also just a couple of little drawbacks. One of the drawbacks I'll mention just right away because it's part of application is you do need to build this up. It's not a one swipe pigmented product, and I'll just demonstrate that to show you. So it's not bad, but it's a little patchy at first, so I do find that I want to build it up because I don't really want my lip color peeking through with this one. I really do enjoy how wearable this is. It is very different from a gloss. It has a sheen to it, but not a glossy sheen. It's a metallic sheen. It's a metallic. I don't really know how this is that much different from frosted products from the 80s. Just putting that out there. But I do like it. I think for me, this is more of a fall color. But it is nice. It is hydrating. This is not matte in any way. It's metallic. But what I mean by that, it's the wrong term. It doesn't dry down. So this isn't going to dry down and be transfer proof. It transfers all over the place. Drinking coffee, doing all that kind of stuff, it transfers. I do find as it wears off throughout the day, you're still left with a little bit of what looks like glitter left on your lips. It's super not noticeable, but if you're looking up close like I am because you're doing reviews, you might end up noticing it. Now, I don't mind this, but some other people might. You can feel it on your lips. It feels a little bit like a thicker layer of product. Probably because I had to build it up a little bit to get it to the opacity that I want it, but you really feel it there when you move your lips against each other. I don't mind that. I kind of like it. It makes it feel more hydrating and that kind of thing, but just something for you to know that it's not weightless. You feel it there. But I really do like this much more than I expected to. So yay. I'll zoom in to show you what I mean about some of the glitter that's left over when you take this off. I think you can see some over here. The number 2 product is one that I did not expect to enjoy as much as I did, but I really like it. And that is the Intense Butter Gloss. This was one of the ones where I was really worried about getting this color, but I wanted to try something outside of the box for me, and I just adore this. I would think about going and buying other shades of this product. So let me put it on. It's going to be very neon, and then I will tell you what I really enjoy about this. See how bright this is? It doesn't necessarily go with what I'm wearing right now, but here's what I like about it. It calls this a gloss, but it does not feel like it's going to move all over the place. It is very hydrating. It feels nice on my lips. Again, it feels like a thick layer there, so if you don't like that, you may not enjoy this. And it is just so pigmented and intense. This is like a glossy liquid lipstick, more than a gloss. And I guess that's the intense part of it, is you get intense color payoff. Now this looks a little crazy right now, but this fades so beautifully after talking and having something to drink and doing that kind of thing. Like I was drinking out of a can of pop and it like super transfers onto it. But then you kind of go, and everything sort of spreads out and it ends up getting slightly less intense, but still a beautiful color. I really do like this. As I said, I like that it doesn't feel like it's going to move around. I like how intense the color is, and I love how it fades in a way that keeps it looking really, really nice. And in the number 1 position, it's probably not going to be that much of a surprise because if you watch the other video, you'll know which product I have not talked about so far. But I am absolutely in love with this NYX Ombre Lip Duo. Oh, it's just so nice, and I will tell you why. I will put it on first and then I will tell you why. So here it is on my lips. Number 1, I love the color, but I'm trying to not make this about the color. So let's talk about how wonderfully thoughtful this product is. So you get 2 products on here. You get the darker product that outlines your lips, and they've made this a smaller pencil as compared to the other side, and a stiffer formula. So it really does feel like a lip liner. I mean, not stiff in the fact that it feels like it's scratching your lips or anything, but just that you get a little bit more precision with this side of it. And you get a good amount of product in here. I mean, I've used this a number of times and there's still, you know, quite a bit of product left. So you maybe get like 1 inch to 1.5 inches of product in here. So you get that. And then on the other end, you get the perfect color of the inside color, one that goes in the center of your lips. And this one is a thicker pencil, which makes it much easier to fill in the center because you're doing more space with that. It is a creamier formula. It just works really nicely. I mean, I would even just take this alone as a lipstick. I think it's really nice. So I think it's thoughtful the way they changed the size on each side depending on what you're going to be doing with it. They made the formula slightly different, and the two colors work so nicely together. I found if I outline my lips with this and then use the larger side and sort of go over the outline a little bit, you don't end up getting a stark contrast. You just kind of get a nicely defined lip with it. It's just really nice. I've been reaching for this all the time. I've worn it to my new job. I've worn it to a wedding. You know, you can throw it in your purse and take it on the go because it's just so good. And you get two products here. You get what could be just a lipstick on its own, and then the lip liner on the other side. And I mean, they're the turn up kinds. You don't need to be sharpening anything. So I think this is a super thoughtful, awesome product, and this is the one that I keep coming back to over and over again. So that is today's video. I hope you enjoyed this haul and then review. I have one more of these to do, the review, because I am doing my Glamour Dolls haul review, and that should be up next week, I believe. If you like this kind of format and you would like me to do this with other brands or other categories within brands, give this video a thumbs up and it will let me know that you enjoy it. Also, and either, leave me a comment down below. I do try to respond to every comment that I get. Now that I am back working a long week again, and also I've been doing some vacations and stuff like that, a few comments may have slipped through the cracks, and if so, I really do apologize. I do try to respond to all of them. So let me know down below what you think of any of these products, what other brands or series of products you'd like me to do hauls and then follow review videos on. All that kind of stuff, leave it in the comments down below. If you are watching this and are not subscribed to me, subscribe. It'll be fun. We'll hang out together like 3 times a week, talk about fun stuff. You can click on my face, which I will make appear right here. And if you want to watch one of my older videos, I will make it pop up right here. And I will see you in my next video. Have a wonderful day. Bye.